For being here. Finally made it. I was so exhausted for the last couple of days. Like, exhausted. But makes sense because, was it Chiron? Not Chiron. Um, where's my card? Think of the planet. This isn't the one. I don't know where it is. The card tells me what planet I'm thinking about right now. But anyways, it is the one that helps people's problems, like really hard problems. It's going into Gemini moon. But anyways, today's angels is clear audience. Archangel Zadkiel. Notice the reoccurring physical guidance, loving guidings you hear inside your mind or from other people. And then we have, well, let me show you the angel messages. Make sure you go outside and touch grass, you know what I mean? It's beautiful out there. If you're in the air in the same kind of weather as I am in, the weather's beautiful today. There's not really a breeze, but it's really nice and summer is finally here. Hello, Nancy. So we have take back your power, Archangel Raziel. Use your God-given power and intentions to manifest blessings in your life. If you're a child of God, you can have anything that is good for you, you know? And rejection is God's protection. So if you really want something sometimes and you're still in your shadow energy and, learning lessons, then you may want things that are not good for you, right? But so if it doesn't happen, then it means that you're being protected. So Archangel Raphael, take several deep breaths. So, take a breather, when you're feeling like, you're you need energy, recharge yourself. This is the pre-energy that I checked, that I did shuffle earlier. And when you're feeling drained, like, you have to renew your energy and you have to learn to love yourself and put that love into yourself when you've been putting love into others. Because if you keep putting love into others, then you have to keep renewing yourself because you end up, taking on their energy and becoming the victim, right? So the only way that you can expand and get past this trickery and find your joy and being able to discover your heart again, it is learning to know when is enough for yourself. You know what I mean? Don't take on more than you can chew. Don't put in more in your mouth than you can chew. You know what I mean? Basically, make sure that you have enough in yourself to give to others. And that's what I do. I don't come on here unless I have extra energy to give to others because it's not selfish. That's the only way that you expand. That's the only way you expand your energy. Your happy, loving energy is if you can stay in this energy of self-worth and loving yourself, renewing your energy. And so you're not always like become the victim in a situation, right? You're not here to take on other people's energy or other people's karma. You're here to help others peoples to get through their karma and teach them about how to get through their karma more easier. But anyways, today's reading. So take a breather. So Archangel Raphael says to take several deep breaths. Exhale slowly to awaken your energy fully and have compassion. Have compassion. Archangel Zadkiel, soften your heart with the respect of everyone involved, including yourself. And then we have Archangel Haniel, honor how you feel. Have passion and what are you passionate about? Trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and in your career. Okay? So remember who you are. A creative, loving child of God. All right. So as above. So it talks. So the angels want me to talk for a minute. Okay. So the reason that I'm doing the chakra readings is to teach you guys all this, how to manifest the blessings in your life, and we do have to have clear energy. Like I did do my smudging today, and you have to have good energy and compassion for others. Can be judgmental, right? That's angel therapy. Some people need angel therapy, and you will get through this. All right, you will have victory, Archangel Saint Paul. Your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. So if you've been praying for something and you're impatient, have patience, right? So when you need to love yourself, take some time for yourself and love yourself when you're feeling low on energy, or if you're feeling grumpy or whatever it is, right? So those are the angels that are going to be here today. I'm helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. So, that's what everybody really wants, is that peace. Peace comes from remembering that only love is real. All right, so those are the angels that are going to be here with us today doing this reading, and we're going to have victory in it. And I did bring these things right here because I have a cat she's being very annoying, and so she loves these things. So if she gets too annoying, and I brought these, so I have one for each kitty cat. But I know the one's not going to come and bug for it, but the two of them might. So if they do, we might take a break and give kitty cats some yummies. Hello, hello. Alexandra, welcome back. Nice to see you. All right, let's get started with the reading. I'm just going to smack these around so the cat knows I have these, so she stops being a meowie and just comes to me. She wants me, all right? So let's get... So the reading that we're doing for all the signs today is the orange one. That's why I'm wearing orange, and I got my orange necklace on. And I wanted to be a little fun today, so I wear my donut earrings that I made. So I got my donut earrings on. I got my necklace on, my orange necklace, and I got the orange dress. Not the dress that I was wearing yesterday. I was wearing an orange dress yesterday too, but it was a little too much orange, I think, for me to wear it like this. But anyways, today's the sacral chakra, and as you guys can see, you guys can already have read that on the thumbnail. And so this is just below your belly button. It is and just above your pelvic bone on the back. So this has to do, the meaning here, it has to do your sacral chakra. The meaning of it means your like your pleasure, your sexual pleasure, your creativity. And if you're having problems with that, you're gonna lack that. So it can cause physical problems in your life, lower back pain, um, emotionally, and like being emotional. It can also you make you like not be able to perform, like if you're a male, right? If you're in like lower energy, if you're not charging your sacral chakra and doing the things that you need to do for your self-worth and self-love. And that's what that self-love that's why I needed to talk about that at the beginning a little bit. And if you don't recharge yourself, and people you keep giving to others, that drains you, and then nobody's giving back. So if you want to support this channel, you just listen to the readings, play all my readings so I can get monetized and actually get some finances out of this. But this so far has been non-profit. I started this 7 years ago, and I also did a lot of healing through this stuff that I'm doing here. So I'm still healing. We're always healing. There's always things that happen in our life that we need to heal from. So we're learning how to cope and how to move forward in our life. So the issues can be your chakras can be seen via problems with your organs, your urinary tract, your infection or lower back pain, potentially emotional, or chakra is concerning to our feelings of self-worth, and more specific, our self-worth when it comes to pleasure around sexuality and creativity. See, sexual energy and creativity energy is the same energy, but it's used differently, obviously, right? But yeah, so it can affect that. If you're not loving on yourself, that can affect your love. It can affect how you create things in your life. So that is what we're doing today for all the signs. So we're going to get into it with the chakra cards, which is right here, and then we're going to clarify with some tarot. All right, so let's get started. We're going to start with Aries. And then the card that I just saw was gratitude, right? So being grateful. All right, let's see, Aries. Aries is going to be at 10 minutes and 24 seconds. All right, let's see, for Aries. What is it that, how can you learn to have some more self-worth? And what have you been doing to learn, or what have you been doing to learn more self-worth? So to love yourself more. And you've been learning to balance and making sure everything was fair that you were doing, and making sure that everybody is balanced in your life. Everything in your life is balanced, right? And if it's not, it's going to be balanced. And this is also very much spiritual balance, right? See, these people are all been not getting along, right? So you've been working on, having spiritual connections that all, have are on the same level of fairness and kindness. Let's see. So you've been working on your balancing your crown chakra with people. And there's been a lot of growth when it comes to that. And this has also brought you love into your life, because the heart chakra is green, which talks about your heart and being more open to love. And there's been growth when it comes to that. And even spiritual love, spiritual growth, right? When it comes to balancing your spiritual and your love life. One more card for Aries. Well, they gave me two more cards. So you've been working on not feeling like you're accepting, like, like you've been working on this, like feeling like you're not accepted. That's okay. If you're not accepted into a group, it's fine. You know what I mean? Not everybody has to like you. And all those people, they all look like, very snobby people, right? And you here look like somebody that's, creative and, a little bit authentic, right? Because you got the long beard, very authentic. And you have your walking stick, so you may be you may love to hike. That may be something you love to do. You love nature. And you don't really fit into the drinking parties and those fancy richy places. That's where you've been working on that and accepting that. Acceptance was one of the cards that came out earlier too in the pre-shuffle. Hey, way up, dude. So you are going after your destiny. What you feel destined is your destiny, all right? What you feel destined to do is what you're doing. So, and that, what you're doing right now is self-worth. You're learning that. You're learning to love yourself. You're learning to, sometimes you got to, if you're feeling like you just can't take things anymore or whatever, you need to go and do that self-love and self-worth. Sage, look, little mommy got. Oh, she's going to come over here. But yeah, let's get into it for you. Come here then. Come here. I'm just going to put it on something so then she can just eat it without... Yeah, come here. I'm going to put it on my binder right there. I'm just going to squeeze it right onto my binder. I'm going to wipe it off after. But yeah. You guys want to see? Sorry, Aries, but yeah. Oh, there comes the other one. Okay, we'll give you some too. Okay, we'll give you some too. Here, Phoenix. 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 Here. I got it all on my finger. Alright, they can share that right now, actually. They can share that right now. They will anyway. So let's get into the reading. Alright, I guess. Here. Phoenix. 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 Here. There you go. All right. Let's keep those cats quiet for a minute. Okay, let's get into your reading here. So what have you been balancing in your life here, Aries? Let's see. What have you been balancing in your life that you have growth, that things have grown in your life? What have you been balancing in your life? Yeah, you've had a new start here. That's what's showing me. Whatever you've been balancing and growth in your love has led you to a new beginning already. For some of you, you already have this new beginning. And you may have been left out a lot or felt left out a lot, like I said, right? And then you've worked on yourself. See, you have felt left out in the past, and you worked on yourself, and you realized that, you know, being left out wasn't so bad, because you know what? Rejection was God's protection. Not feeling accepted in this group or whatever, that was your blessing. That's what I see here, that got you a new start. So it says you're taking action on your ideas. That's what made your balance and have growth in your life. That's what you've been doing to love yourself. Let's take action. All right, tell me about this Ace of Pentacles. What is it talks about success. Yeah, you're the Empress, and you have your ideas, and you became the Empress. You may have even, for some of you, become a mother, or someone that's very, that has everything they need, right? Your idea led you to an Empress energy. Empress creates anything she touches, she can turn to gold, right? So these are ideas that you got, very spiritual ideas that you got, and this is that new offer that you have in your life, this is the new start in your success that you're having. So I see for you, Aries, and you have a lot of growth when it comes to the Empress here. You can do anything that you set your mind to, and you realize that. Let's see. Tell me about vanity. What was this vanity that led you to learning to love yourself? What is this vanity what was this that made you realize to love yourself? You couldn't make a decision. You had a hard time making a decision, and you never talked about it. Like, you kept things quiet. Like, you had a hard time making a decision, but you didn't talk about it. You really thought about it. And you really thought about it, and that's what got you heading towards your destiny and this new start, Aries. That's what I see. And you found your balance. Peace, moderation, everything in moderation. You found your balance. Seeking balance and create calmness. So you've learned to create calmness and balance in your life. And you feel a lot of peace and justice in your life, because there's Libra energy a lot here. So you could be dealing with a Libra as well. So what is this destiny that you're going after that is bringing you the self-love for Aries? What is this destiny? What is this destiny? You having faith and you taking that leap of faith. That is what brought you to your destiny, is you taking that leap of faith. Because you learned to love yourself, and you learned to know that you were worth it, right? So how did you realize that that self-worth was created by loving yourself? The Queen of Cups, by loving on yourself, by making sure your emotions were grounded. And now you are walking in your power. Queen of Wands here. You're walking in your spiritual path, your passionate path, what you're passionate about. You could even be a business owner. You're a natural born leader. You're very talented, and you can call upon you are the talent that someone could call upon all the time. You can guide people through like their faith. You're very strong when it comes to your inner side, your inside. You're very strong. You're fire. Fire is spirit. So your idea is very strong when you have one, right? So you know exactly what to do. You don't know how strong you are until the inner strength is all you have. So you've learned that. And in the past you may have held back and just held on to what you had, because before you did your emotional grounding and before you took this leap of faith, right? It took everything, right? It took everything. But now everything is moving forward for you. Ace of Cups. Things are, even after difficulties, now you're walking your path and things are moving forward. And you know that love is unconditional. So I got for you, Aries. That was beautiful reading, Aries. There's a lot of growth in what you've been doing when it comes to knowing that you deserve pleasure, that you deserve creativity, that you deserve all these things. Ooh, excuse me. Excuse me. All right, we're going to go to Taurus at 19 minutes and at 20 minutes, actually. All right, Taurus said the card's wanting to pop out. All right, what have you been working on? How have you been working on your self-worth and love, that you deserve love and that you are good enough to love and that you deserve pleasure? You're at an impasse right now. You're feeling a little bit like you're feeling a little bit alone when it comes to, you do feel a little bit alone, but we'll get into it. That's the chakra that we're talking about today. So this is about pleasure and love for yourself, having love for yourself and pleasure and enjoying your life a little more. So you feel like you're at an impasse. Like you feel like you're stuck, you're not going forward, you're not going, you're stuck in one spot, kind of. You feeling like that. Let's get into it. What is it that making you feel stuck when it comes to pleasure and love and creativity? Also, maybe you have some creative blocks, right? It says faith. So you need to have more faith that you have that, how energy works. Because there's the emotional energy, there's the world, which is the physical energy, and then there's the healing energy, which is the spirit. So yeah, so it's about your faith. So you're feeling a little bit stuck. Maybe you're questioning some things about your faith. We'll get into it. Let's see. So you've been working on this though. It's showing me, like, I'm asking, what have you been working on when it comes to this, like learning about creativity and self-love. There's a lot of cards that came out for you. So you're learning that some things are just, gossip, and then I see the renewal card. So you're learning that not everything that people say is actually, people just sometimes just have verbal diarrhea, right? So you're learning about gossip and victimhood and also grief. So sometimes if people have been a victim a lot, they may say a lot of things, but that's just what they're talking about, what happened to them, And when you talk about okay, so sometimes when you talk about what happened to you there and the grief and stuff, sometimes people gossip about it, or maybe that's what you feel like. And you're renewing yourself, and you're going on this quest. You're going on a quest. You're being guided on a quest to see things from two different angles and see how similar they are but different. See how on one side there's grass, on the other side there's water and earth, right? Both of those things are good, right? So choosing a path, you may have two paths to go on. They're both different, but which one do you really want to go on, right? So I'm going to get into it here. We're going to ask, so you have this, there's been so this is about, so because you're feeling about, love and pleasure and your creativity, yeah, you may feel blocked in that right now, right? And it has to do with your faith in that, right? In yourself. And the reason that you may feel blocked is because you've gone through this, you've been a victim of gossip maybe and grief. Like you've gone through grief, you've gone through losses, and you may feel like if you talk about it, that people will gossip about it. Or maybe you feel like, so you are renewing that, renewing that. So this is all the heart chakra, right? So this is what's stopping you from love. Is maybe what you think people may say, or don't give a shit about what people say. They didn't go through what you went through, right? And you can tell people about what happened to you and how you've been a victim, but you have to make sure it's not people that are just going to gossip about it. There's people that are going to help you, and there you have somebody that's going to guide you and show you the way. So you are learning to ground yourself and renew your energy. There's like the orange card here, which is saying that you're not trusting something here. So you're not trusting something here, but you have to trust faith, because faith is what we got, you know. Have the faith that, you know, let's get into it. You may have felt rejected, but see it from a different perception, and listen to your instincts more. Let's get into it. All right, see, what are you feeling like? What are you feeling stuck in here when it comes to you feeling empath about like love and pleasure and creative ideas? What is it that would help you not feel stuck? Really learning to emotionally ground yourself and be very, learning to be very much like to be independent in yourself, you know, to make sure you have enough. So it says, be open to receiving the healing and love and nurturing you need. So be open to that emotional healing that you need. That's going to help you get unstuck, all right? So you have to have faith in that you can heal from this and that feeling stuck. And it has to do with your emotions. And then it says here, enjoy the results of your hard work. So when you worked hard, know that you can enjoy that results, right? And it's bringing you options in life. So you're not stuck, you have options. But once you open to healing and your emotions and being more open to grounding your emotions so that you can feel good about yourself, that's when all, like, you know, that's when all these options are going to open up for you. Step back and step back from everything and gain a different perception. Yeah, step back from everything and look at it from the outside. And then you'll see that if you're open to your heart more open, then you won't feel so stuck. What is this faith talking about? How can you have more faith in healing this and renewing your love, feeling of love, and from healing from grief and gossip and being a victim? How can you have more faith that you will heal from this and renew yourself? Generosity. So it says that sharing your success and build more of it. Like, you know, work with the like-minded people to, you know, that have faith too. Life is hard right now. Look around. Help is at your hand. So, like, if you need help, there is someone that can help you. Just have to ask, okay? So, sharing what you know or what you have with someone else, I think that's when things can really start taking off for you. That's what I see here. Is if life is hard, then ask for help. Don't just like be stuck and you know, have faith that there is generous people out there. Have faith that there is generous people out there. If you're feeling a little bit left out, or you're feeling left out in the cold, or you're feeling like you need help, you need some help. If life's hard, we can't always do it by ourselves. So that's when things are going to start taking off, when you ask for help, if you need help. Not saying anything is going to make you feel stuck. Take action on your idea. Life is moving ahead. So don't leave yourself behind, right? Just because you need to ask for some help if life is hard, right? Let's see, what is it that you're worried about here? What is it? Okay, I'm going to find out what victimized you and what is the gossip that you're healing from here, right? So the way I say about it is that if people haven't gone through it, they're not going to know what you feel, okay? So, you know, if people are insensitive, don't be around those people. If you're going through grief and you're around people that don't care, don't be around those people. All right? Victim, what's this victim talking about? And gossip. Victim and gossip. That's why you're holding back. Could be Capricorn you're dealing with as well, but, you know, you're holding back. You're holding on too tight. Holding on too tight is going to, you know, if we hold on too tight, it's going to actually be negative for us. So holding on too tight can help you, can keep you right where you are and stopping you from moving forward. And that's like holding on to like things that you're not talking about. And this could be this gossip and grief and victim, you know, how someone may have made you feel less than, right? You need to talk about that. How can you talk about what you're feeling here about grief and the victim, what people have done to you, and also the gossip that is going on? How can you, what can help you? Movement and everything that you worked for is coming together for you, okay? There's a new start coming for you after everything that you've gone through, Taurus, okay? And take action on your ideas. Life is moving forward. Life don't wait for us, right? So when we have the opportunity, move forward. So this is going to help you get past the gossip, past the grief. Like, you know, yes, grief is something that's going to be with us, but we learn how to deal with it. We learn how to recharge ourselves, renew ourselves, and also know that we are here to create, and our ideas are meant to do something here, right? So on the bottom of the deck here is that you have outpouring of love from people. So don't worry about the people that gossip. Just don't surround yourself with the people that gossip or that made you a victim. So take action on what your idea is and start your life. This new start. The World card talks about new start. In love, don't leave yourself out. You can move forward. It says that you may feel stuck, but you're not. See things from a different perspective. All right? Do some soul searching. What do you really want? All right? And then speak about what you're feeling, okay? Why you didn't accept the love that was being offered to you. Why did you have a hard time accepting love that was being offered to you? Speak about that. Let's see. Anything else for Taurus? Let me see what it says. So, so passionate projects, anger or scattered energy, delay or frustration. So, if you have that scattered energy and you're not sure what to do, there is clarity here for you, okay? You can get the clarity that you need. Just need to speak about that. Your clear communication allows you to express what is best for everyone. So expressing it will help you to renew your energy and move past the grief that you're feeling, and also if someone's really hurt you in the past, right? And the gossip and the people talking about and talking about you and stuff that you felt. Maybe it happened, maybe it didn't, but like the gossip I meant. We don't always know. We sometimes feel like people are talking about us, but that may not always happen. But there could have been something that happened that made you feel like a victim, right? And you may feel like people talk about it, gossip about it. But I feel like it's grief and renewal that needs to happen here. Renewal from this grief that you went through. All right? And clear communication. Believe in yourself. Have the courage to continue. Right? You are protected. All right? You're not stuck. We've all gone through betrayal and, There's a lot of people that would rather see you go down than see you rise. So you have to love yourself enough to say, I love myself enough to rise and not let nobody push me down, right? You have to love yourself enough. The way that we want someone else to push us up, we have to do that for ourselves, because we may find one or two people in our life that will want to push us up, but most of them want to push us down. I'm talking about experience. All right, so let's go to Gemini. So you've been working on it, Taurus, but I see that you still got some trust issues that you need to work through. Get fresh air, get outside, All right, Geminis. What has Geminis been working on when it comes to their self-pleasure and their pleasure and their creativity? Their sacral chakra. What have Gemini been working on? Or what do they need to work on? Geminis have been really isolating themselves a lot and coming to acceptance, right? But what they need to do is expand more, Geminis. So what you've been doing is learning to accept the things you cannot change, and you've been really thinking about it and isolating yourself in these thoughts. And what you need to do is expand for joy. So for you to have more joy in your life and for you to have more pleasure in your life, you need to expand your energy. Expand your love and your happiness energy. All right, so you've been doing a lot of accepting and isolating yourself and thinking about things and doing a lot of soul searching. You've been accepting the things you cannot change. So now express the things that you want to expand, right? To get joy in your life. And I feel like you've been impatient. You've been trying to reach the world, but you've been a little bit impatient about it. All right, so joy, I see joy coming in and miracles coming in. Your patience is going to bring in miracles. You being patient is going to bring in miracles, and it's also going to bring a balance in your life between you and two other people, maybe. There's going to be a justice, and miracles are going to come in, and there's going to be growth when it comes to your heart chakra. Okay, Gemini? All right, so patience is needed for these miracles to come in and for things to balance out and for things to be growing in your life. All right? You've already accepted things that you cannot change. All right, let's see. What have you been isolating yourself for, and what have you accepted? You've been isolating yourself whenever you feel like fighting, or if somebody wants to fight with you, you just like, hey, nope, I'm out. So you've been staying away from conflict is what I see. That's why you isolated yourself, from conflict. So that's good. So the reason you isolate yourself from the competition or conflict, the people that want to fight with you all the time. And what have you learned to accept, Geminis, that has helped you to express your joy and expand more? You've accepted that worrying can get you out of control, but the worrying can get out of control, but it can change nothing. So you've accepted that worry can get out of control. Like if you're worried, it can make things go out of control, but it won't change anything. So you've learned to accept it, that, not to worry, because if you worry, it's not going to make things better. It's just going to make things go out of control. So you've learned to accept the things you cannot change, basically. So worrying about it ain't going to change nothing, right? Sleepless nights ain't going to change nothing about it. Being in your head about it ain't going to change nothing about it. That's what you've learned, Gemini. So, and what you need to do is expand more. So how can you expand more and find more joy in your life? We got the King of Cups. We got the, is that the King? The Knight of Cups. So go out and enjoy yourself more, Go out and enjoy yourself more. That's expanding your love, expanding your, your fairness. I see the Libra energy. I also see Scorpio energy. Expand, talk about what what you've learned from things you've gone through, spiritual awakeness, express your creativity, with compassion and loving emotions. So express what you're, so this is how you can bring more joy and more, expand your life more of happiness is by being joyful and expressing your ideas joyfully with others. And then you can have your 9 of cups, your wish come true. That's the miracle, right? So that what how can you bring more joy into your life, Geminis? Just by working on yourself and working on your own pentacles and working on yourself. Keep on doing what you're doing. Work life balance is important to protect your creativity. So like, make time for work and then make time for fun, right? And that's how you can be more creative with your joy. So balance those things out. Work and pleasure. How can you have more pleasure in your life, Geminis? And how can you be more patient for it to come, for the miracles to come? How can you be more patient, and also how can you have more pleasure in your life? Enjoy. By enjoying yourself fully and being independent about it too. This talks about independence. It says enjoy the results of all your hard work. This is also the single card. Enjoy your single life too. If you're single, Gemini, enjoy your single life while you're being patient, right? Enjoy that single life, right? You may not be ready for, you may still be thinking about the past, so you're not ready for new love yet, right? So you're just ready to celebrate and find peace and happiness and feel like, people feel like you're home, like, they feel good. It says be ready for every opportunity you have worked for. So be ready for any opportunity that you worked for, Gemini. And also it says celebrate your success with those who care about you. So Gemini, celebrate the success with those people that care about you. Um, don't let your emotions get in the way of anything that you're doing. Let's see. Final message for Gemini. Have victory and joy and all that. Victory and joy. All right, so burdens. You're carrying some burdens here. There's always more than one way to do things. All right. So this could be about family as well, or completions. This says everything has come to fruition in your life. You have experienced the wisdom of everything, every stage of life. So you experience the wisdom of every stage of life, and there's always more than one way to do things, right? So you're realizing you don't have to carry all the burdens, Gemini. It's not all up to you. There's more than one way to do things to find peace and moderation. So seeking the balance and seeking calmness. Seeking balance and creative calmness. Creative calmness. So yeah, the answer the call to action. New opportunities coming in for you, Gemini. So looking back on what you have is giving you the learning to set you on your way. All right, Geminis, that's what I got for you. I think Geminis have learned a lot about life and love and everything, accepting things you cannot change. The one thing, like a lot of times Geminis don't always see things how things can work in a different way, or, you may have a different way than other people. Who's still here? Welcome, everyone. Let me have a sip of my coffee. So look at that. I gave the cats their treat, and now they're being quiet. That's good. I'm so glad. All right, let's go to Cancers. Where's my Cancerians? Where's all the Cancers? All right, see, what is What is it that Cancers need to do to have more love and joy and pleasure in their life? Persevere after grief. For a lot of you, Cancer, you have to keep going after grief, and you will be recovering from it. It will be bittersweet. Nothing, grief is not something you're like, oh, happy about it. But there's always a bittersweet at the end, right? So we got the bittersweet and impasse. So even if you felt like you're alone, your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith, and you do have a quest to go on in your life. All right. So we have you're recovering from grief. You're recovering from grief, and you're seeing things from a different perspective, and you're learning to recharge yourself, and you're learning to have self-love in your life and loving yourself. And it may not be exactly how not life is never what we expect it to be. It's always different than what we expected it to be. But yeah. So what is grief talking about here for Cancer? So it says the resilience and movement. So there's a lot of resilience in your movement in yourself. Um, it says his believe in yourself and have the courage to continue. So even after grief, you have to believe in yourself, and you have to have the courage to keep on going and taking action on your ideas in life and moving ahead in your life. Even if we go through grief, we cannot bring them back. We can never bring them back. We can only, because we're still here, we still have a reason to be here. We still have lessons to learn. So we have to keep on going, right? So that's what you're doing. And I think things will move forward for you. I feel like a lot of you have been going through grief, and you may, been learning to heal your heart again. After grief, it's really hard to have your heart open just for anybody, right? So it's a different type of thing after grief. And you have to believe in yourself, like I said at the beginning of the reading. To move forward, we have to believe in ourselves, right? Someone else that's not going through the grief or feeling what we're feeling, they're not going to be able to, push us forward. We have to do it ourselves sometimes. So that's what I see like you're doing here, and if you're not doing, this is what it's saying to do. It says you are very resilient, and you can move forward here. Movement can happen. Take action on your ideas. Believe in yourself. All right. So persevere. Tell me about persevere for Cancer. Tell me about persevere. Persevere and have faith. Have faith that everything will work out when it comes to, you have to live your life. Even after grief, we have to live our life, right? We have to have faith. We can't be mad at God. God God opens his heart and opens his arms for the loved ones to come into coming home to him. We cannot be mad, you know. People, the situations in our life, we have self, we have choice. We have self choice. It's the choices we make aren't always easy, and sometimes we make the wrong ones. But it's not God's fault, you know. And so, I've been there too, where I've been angry at God, in the past. But I've learned from it, right? But I feel like if that what it is, like, I feel for some people like God doesn't want you to give up. Once you persevere, wants you to give up. Doesn't want you to give up. I mean, once you recover here. So really rest yourself, rest your mind. This is like a rest after a battle in the cards. That's what the meaning is. It says take time out to focus on the answer, and the answer will come. The answer that you're seeking here to move forward. So how can you recover and learn to know that you deserve love, and you deserve compassion, and you deserve joy, and you also deserve, your pleasure. Go out more and enjoy yourself more with others. Maybe it's a birthday party or whatever. Go out more and enjoy yourself. It may be bittersweet. You may feel like you're not, you know, You're alone, but you really will realize that you're not alone. If you go out there, there's people out there that are enjoying, that would love to have your company. Look at that. So you've been feeling stuck because you've been hurt in the past, right? We all, so you have to ground yourself. Queen of Pentacles there. But we have the family card here, which is also the security card, the four corners of your home, your security. Be ready for opportunities. And you have worked for. So be ready for the opportunities that you work for. And this is going to help you to recover from your grief. Oh, anything else for Cancers? Anything else for Cancers here? Don't leave yourself stuck. There's always someone here that will work with you. And also, stay connected to your inspiration and what your spirit is telling you. And it says all the answers that you are seeking is coming. So do that soul searching. Also listen to your spirit. It says take action on your idea. And that action comes from spirit talking to you. It says that it seems though you feel blocked, but you can step forward, and ask for help if you need help, right? You're not stuck, Cancers, all right? There's justice on the bottom of the deck for you. Use your intuition to set your moral compass. All right? So be the leader, King of Wands. You may have some Leo in your chart if you're a Cancer, if you're a male. Grief is something that we all will go through. We all will go through it. Unless we die really, really young, then we may not. But we all, we will all experience it. You're a Sagittarius. All right, awesome. We'll be there soon. We'll be the Aquariuses soon. The miracle card just flipped through. But yeah, if you guys want to help this channel, just watch the playlist. That's going to help the views go up, and my videos get around, and then maybe soon I'll be monetized, and then I'll have more energy to come on here every day and do even the quick reading every day. Something that is just quick. All right, let's go to Leos. So, Leos. Let's go to Leos. And Leos, 3 cards just came out. 3 spiritual cards just came out. One of them is despondent. So you may feel like your child may feel ignored by you, or you may feel like frustrated with your child, but your child wants your attention. Maybe they're seeking some spiritual advice from you. Gratitude. There's so this, I feel like for some of you, this is a mother-daughter thing here, Leos. Could be a mother-daughter thing, right? But your child thinks the world of you, but they do feel ignored by you. And you feel like you're ripping out your hair sometimes. That's what I see. They just popped out. Okay, I have to take it. You may be going through some grief as well. That's the bottom of the deck, but you will find balance and recover from this. All right, so you will discover your heart again. Discover your heart again. So just be grateful that you have somebody that annoys the shit out of you. You know what I mean? That's what I see, There will be balance in your life, There will be some communication about balancing something that may have been injustice. Maybe this happened. There's some injustice that may have happened in the family or whatever since the grief that happened here. But I feel like there's a lot of gratitude here for you. Somebody here has a lot of gratitude for you. And there's also mysticism, which is about spirituality. Mysticism is about learning about spirituality. And you may have somebody that really wants to learn about spirituality, but they feel maybe despondent, feeling like, they may feel like you're ignoring them, or you may feel like irritating you, but they're asking questions for a reason. So if a child asks you questions about spirituality, you should, find the answer for them. Because I was one of those children that I was asking the adults about spiritual questions, and most of those adults could never explain it to me. So that was very frustrating for me, and might have been frustrating for them because they may have not had the answers, right? But I see, Leo, you will recover from this and find your balance. All right, that's what I see for you, Leos. Let's go. Let's get into the tarot. All right, let's see. What do you feel? What is it that in your life that's making you feel despondent, or making you feel ignored or irritated, or a child that's in your life? What is the movement? So maybe you move a lot. Maybe you very busy person, right? So taking action on your idea, life is moving forward. So you may be really busy. There is a lot of love there, right? Like I was asking clarification for this card. So you may be a very busy person. You may not even realize that you're ignoring someone that really wants your attention, and they want to learn something about spirituality, right? But you're a very busy person. You do love them, but also know that there's other people, there's like outpouring of love. All you have to do is ask for help, right? If you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're a mother and you're feeling overwhelmed with your child and you have a busy life, there's always others that can help you, right? Let's talk about this. Let's see, what is this talking about, the mysticism with despondent and gratitude? Tell me about those three cards. What is this talking about for Leos? So there is the childhood, or like a memory of a nostalgia, but there's also a speed, right? So see, so there is something here. Reach out to others with love and compassion. So like if you're reaching out to someone from the past that you have good memories about, that this person could even help you, and they be grateful to do it. You know, you are strong. You are strong and full of energy, ready to take on the world. So there's always someone here that be willing to help you. They're ready to, take action here. With they be very grateful. Mysticism here. Maybe there's questions that you have, right? Answer the call. This person could help you with this. So everything has turned out well in your life. Enjoy your success. So how can you how what is this? Okay, so what is this mysticism talking about? So if you're feeling like, it's a lot for you, and like the Queen of Pentacles trying to flip over, um so here it talks about the reverse message here is financial independence, self-care, work, home, and conflict, self-concern, or jealousy, or surrounding. So I asked about mysticism. So if you feel like you're not grounded, you're not like feeling like you're grounded, I feel like reach out to someone here. Whatever didn't kill you made you stronger. So that's about spirituality. So you may have gone through some spiritual warfare with some people, but it didn't kill you. So now you're just trying to find a balance, and knowing now that worrying about it won't change things, right? And keeping it to yourself is not going to change things either. So the only thing you do is move forward, Leos. Let's see, tell me about grief imbalance and discovering your heart again. So when so poverty, you may have gone through some grief or even losses in your life, even, poverty in your life. For some of you, not everybody has going through the grief of loss of someone. Some people, you know, grief is also like poverty is also grief, right? So you're finding that balance in your life. You may have, life has been hard, right? Life may be hard right now, but you will balance everything out and recover from this, Leo, okay? All right, let's see. So that is, Page of Cups comes out. Don't let your emotions get in your way of anything you want in your life, want to do, okay? So, you know, be open with your emotions, be loving, be kind, okay? So then, so it says it's not going to stop you, you know, like the way you feel is not going to stop you in going after what you want, your happily ever after, right? Your wish, your Nine of Cups, your wish. And your resilience is going to keep you, is going to help you to recover your heart and find balance in your life. And also, how can you celebrate love in your life today, the Lovers? So again, whatever didn't kill you made you stronger. And how close are you to receiving your pleasure and your wish that you have here, your Nine of Cups? How close are you to recovering your heart and balancing out your life? You're doing it right now. You're manifesting it right now. The Magician came out. That's a very powerful energy. So I say, where are you when it comes to balancing out your life, when it comes to your wish that you want and recovering your heart from the pain that you went through? You got this card, which is success. And you also got this. You're manifesting your success right now, Leos. I can't say it any better in this reading. This is a beautiful answer that you have here. I want to ask one more question. How can you not be despondent if you have a child? How can you pay more attention to them? We got the Queen of Swords. It says that your clear communication allows you to express what is best for everyone. So explain to them why you're doing it, why they may feel ignored. Like if you're a very busy person and things are happening really quickly, just explain it to them that you have to do this, that, you know, you will pay them attention later, but you have to do this right now, you know, and you have to do what's best for everyone around, right? And take time out to focus on the answer will come to you, okay? So that's what it says. Take time out for yourself. Well, yes, that's what it says. All right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for hitting the like button. I appreciate that. There's my little Phoenix. Are we going to go to Virgo now? Come here, babies. Come here. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. These are my babies. My babies. You want to come lay down with Mama? Hmm? You come lay down with Mama? You come lay down with Mama in the reading? Hmm? Yeah, you think I've got more food for you, huh? More treats for you? I don't got no more treats for you right now. I don't got no more treats for you right now. I don't. That's not yours. You can only have one. You can only have one. I love you, though. All right, Virgos. Oh, yeah, and my knee was given out yesterday, and today it's still doing it. It's like really wonkly. Wonkly knee. All right, Virgos. Ooh, creation. So you're creating something here, Virgos. So you're learning to recover and create things. That's what I see for you, Virgo. You're really learning to, with your sacral chakra, you're learning to know what pleases you, what brings you pleasure, what makes you creative. We have creation, we got discovering your heart, we got soulmate. In the bottom of the deck, we have growth. Then we have workaholic, and we have service. So, yours is pretty much a love reading. You're creating love here with energy, and you're healing your heart and recovering your heart, and you're using the moon energy too, and using the full moon to feel what you're feeling to recover your heart. Yeah, because the full moon will bring our emotions to the surface. And that's why the full moon can help you heal things that you emotionally feel overwhelmed about sometimes in the month, right? So the full moon is all about healing those emotions that people feel when the moon is full. And when the moon is new, you may feel all these things that you want to do all at once, right? And so the new moon reading will help you to have more balance when it comes to that. So that's why I like doing the moon reading. So check that out. I just did the new moon in Aries reading, and we are also in the year of the horse. The year of the horse really talks about like moving forward, galloping forward. I'm just looking at kitty cats they're playing over there right now. All right, what are you creating here, Virgos, when it comes to your sacral chakra and pleasure in your life? You're creating success, Virgos. Look at that. First card that came out. I love Leos and Virgos reading right now. They are very, very positive, successful readings. Look at that. You're learning with energy instead of, letting energy deplete you, using it to create. All right. So you're becoming successful. It says that you have earned every one of your success. You have earned every one of your success through the energy work that you've been doing. Tell me about recovery. Yeah, you have recovered, Virgo. Yeah. So these two fell in reverse, right? But this one here fell upright. So that's the King of Wands. So reverse here. I'm going to read both of them, but take the energy how it resonates. These are not personal readings, so take it as it resonates and leave the rest behind. So sudden awareness, choosing happiness, acceptance, retreat, withdrawal, checking in on realignment. So you've been doing that. You've been, so that you don't miss an opportunity. This person here, upright, misses an opportunity. So some cards coming in reverse is actually a good thing. So you're not going to miss an opportunity, is what it's saying, because you are not carrying burdens anymore that you don't need to carry because they're upside down. So you've dropped those burdens. That's what it tells me. And also, what it tells me is that you have learned to take leadership and also being the boss of yourself. You have the dynamic energy of a leader. So you've switched to energy and nurturing leader, a missionary or an emperor. So this is like you have a lot of reinforcement in energy, like very powerful energy here. So you are discovering how powerful you really are, Virgo. You are discovering how powerful you really are when you don't let these things weigh you down. Burdens and also like pain from the past that, you know, emotional things that keep you down from the past. You're not letting it keep you down, right? And you're taking leadership. And so what is this soulmate talking about for Virgo when it comes to your pleasure? And what is growth talking about when it comes to soulmate and growth? You've been calling in your soulmate. So you've been calling your soulmate, and there is growth in that. So you may have been just working really hard, and you may be of service to others too. Tell me about how you've been calling in your soulmate, Virgos. By learning and not giving up and persevering, challenging yourself, and also moving to calmer waters, or moving away from conflict and learning, taking your time to think things through before you take action. And also there may be a challenge, but you can do it. And being mindful of what you take with you. So you learn to not take those 3 cups that were spilled with you. You're not taking those burdens with you to go forward. So that's what it's talking about here. So this is the challenge, is that you may be challenged, but you can take it. You can win this challenge. It says and you're being mindful of what you take with you when you leave a situation. And you think before you take action. And the growth in that is completion. Completion is also the happily ever after. Family is all, and balancing things out. And you also realizing that worry doesn't change anything. All right, see, final message for Virgos. When it's come to, I was going to say, when it comes to the growth. The growth here is that you have a lot of ideas. You're very enthusiastic, you're very excited about. You have your eye on a goal and you're enjoying every moment of it. So that is the growth of like opening your heart, calling in your soulmate, and you're enjoying these moments that you're calling in your soulmate, and you're enjoying yourself, your life. You're celebrating your success with those you care about. That's what I got. And you see things coming in for you. That's what I see, Virgo. Yeah, one of the cards yesterday was stuck in this deck when I finished the reading, and it was what was the card again? I forget now. All right, I need to have a sip of my coffee. You know, guys, I still smoke cigarettes. Okay, I actually have a cigarette right here. I feel like I want to. Now that we're halfway through, I actually want to have a puff of my cigarette. And I'm going to. So, excuse me. Excuse me, everyone. Let me just turn the camera off for a minute so you guys don't have to see it, all right? I'm just taking an intermission, so if anybody has to go to the bathroom, go get your snacks or whatever, go do that now. And then we'll be back with Libra here in a few seconds. I don't have elevator music, so ding 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 ding. Just kidding. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so you guys can still chat with me in the chat. I could actually look at the chat right now while I'm smoking. I can still hear you guys, and you just can't see me because you don't need to see me while I'm smoking. But yeah, tell me what you're all doing today. Where you're all from? Tell me where you're watching from. I can't see the names very good. Geminis are the best. Yes, we are. Of course, I have to say that I'm a Gemini. Cheers and blessings. Thank you, Alexandra. Cash, hope you well. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for all the love that you guys are bringing into the chat. Thank you so much. So we're going to do Libra, Scorpio, then Sagittarius, if you're not familiar of what order they go in. But I did go outside on my other channel, Cast Love 420. I did go outside today and enjoy the outside for a minute. So if you guys want to watch that on after, you can watch that channel or you can watch this channel, either channel. It helps me out. So if you watch, share me out on your community tab on YouTube. That helps me out too. Share me on Instagram, Twitter, wherever you can share me. It makes more people come. It makes more people come to the reading and tap in, and then I can help more people. Geminis love Sagittarius. Of course we have to. We have to. You know why? You know why? Because we are also Sagittariuses. Our opposite side. So yeah, look at that sunshine. Look at that sunshine. Yeah. All right, let's go to Libra. Let's go to Libra. All right, Libras, let's see. How have you been working on, or what do you need to work on, or whichever it is, either need to or have been. It'll tell me in the reading a little bit what's going on. But yeah, so how have you been working on your self-pleasure and joy and your creative side? How have you been working on your creative blocks? And or how do you need to? So bittersweet. We got isolation in the bottom of the deck, but we're not going to take it. And if it comes out, it comes out. All right, so bittersweet. So you've been working on things, and you know that we have to sometimes accept the things we cannot change, right? So there's been a lot of enlightenment, and also you have realized maybe why you don't fit in. You know, it's okay not to fit in. It's not, you may have realized also, like, I don't know about anybody else, but I don't know. Churches always make me feel so superficial. I don't feel like I'm an empath, so I feel energy, right? But churches always make me feel rejected too, okay? They make me feel like everybody's there's fake, acting to whatever you think the church wants you to act like. And if you're just being yourself, of course, you're not going to fit in. And I think that's for most people. But some people are just better at acting. And I'm not. Like, I'm going to go to a place where your faith, you're to God. You're not going to be acting there. They're not going to be, like, pretending I'm somebody I'm not. Okay? So if you have to do that, then that's not your place. That's not your place that you need to be, right? So that's what maybe for some of you, Libra, you're feeling that. And this is your enlightenment, right? So there's a lot of happiness that you have learned about, like, your pleasure and rejection like maybe you didn't fit into a family or whatever when it comes to, the way their religious beliefs or whatever. But that should not affect how you go after your life and seek pleasure in your life, because we do need pleasure, and we also need creativity in our mind to move forward every day in our life, especially when we go through grief, right? So, but that's trusting yourself. So I feel like a lot of that has made you insecure. It could have been a relationship, that you've gone through, and those people made you feel like you weren't good enough, right? They may have made you feel like that you weren't good enough and made you feel insecure about your heart. And maybe you never, pursued love after that or pursued pleasure after that because somebody made you feel like that you didn't deserve it. But you've come to this enlightenment, okay? So, it may have been a long time coming because it's bittersweet, right? So, but there is a lot that you're learning about trusting in your own self and not trusting what everybody else says about you, right? So, or thinks about you. Doesn't matter what others think about you. It matters what you think about you. And if you let others control your mind, that will also make you think negative about yourself. But sometimes it's just like, and it might be people we may not even know, right? So I see that, but there's a destiny here, right? So even though you have insecurities, but you're working on that. So I said, what are you working on, or what have you been working on? So take it how it resonates. If you've been working on this, I'm saying a lot of these things because I think some of you have come to that enlightenment, and what I just talked about, it resonates with you. And this has led you to having that insecurity in your heart. So you're figuring out how you got there. How did you get to feel this way, right? And this could have been, how did you get to feel this way? It could have been this, feeling rejected, feeling like you were different than somebody else. There's so many different cultures, and people don't just date in their own culture anymore, right? So one culture is not better than the other one, right? It's whether you fit in or not. And it doesn't have to do with churches, but it has to do with cultures. And if you don't fit in, you don't fit in. Don't try to make yourself fit in, right? We always have a destiny, Libra. You have your destiny too. You being called to action to guide someone here, or to be guided. And if people talk, let them talk, because your miracles are still going to come in when people talk shit, right? They can stop it. All right? So, let's see. How can you have more pleasure in your life and more creativity? Tell me about bittersweet for Libras. Their creativity and their sexual pleasure, their self-love, self-worth. How can you? Because you just put yourself in this mindset, right? The Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is vibrant, The Queen of Wands, you are a natural born leader. You're naturally confident, sorry. It is a talent that you can call upon and always. So you're naturally confident. And that's something you can always tell yourself, like, you can always call that energy back to yourself. Your confidence, because it lives within you, Libra. So that's the bittersweet energy here. Being for you to pursue your pleasure, for you to trust that you deserve pleasure, that you deserve your creative endeavor, like mindset. So you can always put yourself back in your mindset. And look at this. Routine. Routine is a big thing that helps people. It's really hard to create a routine that fits you, but do make it a routine what you already do. And once you start making the things that you do every day, once you start making them a routine, then you can start adding other things to your routine, right? That's how you create a routine. I'm learning that. So certain things that I have to do, like, you brush your teeth, it becomes a routine, right? That's something you do every day. You go to the bathroom, well, you have to, or else you blow up, like, right? So that's a routine. Those are all little routines that you do every day, but add to it. Think of them as like, you're intentionally doing these things, right? For me, it's like cleaning the cat litter every day. It's become a routine because I care about my cats. I don't want them to breathe in bad energy, right? So yeah, routine is very important for you to stay on your good, confident side is routine. And slow and steady wins the race. So take a moderate approach and you will achieve your dreams. So I just said, take those little things. Those little things are big things. Like even routines like this. Like you see something in the house that's off. Like let's see someone took the garbage out and there's no garbage bag. Put the garbage bag in, right? The different things that we do. It's just routine. It just becomes routine. And it becomes our routine. And then eventually once it becomes a routine, then we can make it intentional, right? If we try to make it intentional before we create the routine, that's where we fail. But let's see, what is the enlightenment here? The enlightenment here is accumulation. I said before completion when it comes to the world card. That's accumulation. Like you've accumulated a lot of enlightenment, a lot of wisdom in your life. And I feel like all that wisdom and light that you've accumulated in your life that brought you joy and happiness, it will help you to lead someone or be led by someone here. Like this is like, whether that's you, take it how it resonates, or that's you. Depending on your age, which one you could be. But if you're an older, mature person, not older, but like more mature person, an adult, then you maybe, have enough enlightenment to teach a younger one, right? And to let them realize that just because they feel rejected doesn't mean that they need to be insecure when it comes to their heart. So, accumulation. You've accumulated everything that you have. It says everything has come to fruition in your life. You have experienced the wisdom of every stage of your life. So I am talking to someone here that has experienced a lot of wisdom and is like, an older, wise person that you can lead, you can share that enlightenment with the younger ones that will bring them happiness. Holding on too tight can keep you right where you are, keep you stuck, okay? And speak your mind and solve your own problems, okay, Libra? Speak your mind, and if you don't speak your mind, you're going to be feeling stuck here. So you need to speak your mind for things to move forward. All right, let's see. What is rejection talking about? Libras and insecurity. Yeah, so you are like me, okay, Libra, when it comes to this. You don't like conflict, and you don't, you reject that. You may feel a lot of like projection when you may feel a lot of projection, right? And maybe that's why you don't go there. Maybe you're an empath like me, and you feel like people projecting this energy. They thinking this about you. They're thinking this about you, right? That's projection. Like, you always feel like people want conflict with you. They want to fight with you, right? But that's what I see here, is that is what your insecurity is. And that is what you're feeling like you don't like that. You don't like, and that makes your heart insecure, is when people want to fight with you. Um, you're smart, you're being smart, and you're taking life as it comes. And you avoid conflict by, you know, so that's that, you taking that as like, yeah, rejection is God's protection from the conflict, right, that you may experience. If you don't like feeling good about going somewhere or being somewhere, that's probably a sign that God doesn't want you there, right? So let's see. Wow. Well, I said let's see, and then guess what come out, Libras? Your own card. That's the card of 11 is too. It's also perfect balance. And it talks about use your intuition to set your moral compass. What are you okay with? What are you not okay with, right? So this is going to help you with your insecurity of your heart. Like, feeling like you always have to shut your heart down and so nobody can get in, right? So your intuition, you're very enlightened, you're very smart, and your intuition is going to tell you when something doesn't morally support you. And that may be why you feeling insecure, like you feeling like you don't want to open your heart to someone, because it doesn't agree with your moral compass. You have to, everybody has their, like, I will bend this far, or I will compromise this far, but I cannot do that, right? So that's your moral compass, like what you're okay with, what you're not okay with. So look at that. Open your heart and reach the love from the others. Receive the love from others, right? So that's on the bottom of the deck here for you. So you're working on opening your heart to receive the love from the people that really get you, And that is like, you already know, like, your compass will tell you when you can open your heart, when you can't. And then we have the lovers. How can you celebrate your love today? All right, let's see. How can you celebrate your love today, Libras? How can you celebrate love and pleasure today? By finding your balance. And so finding your balance in your life says find balance in your life, build your success. So find balance and build your success. And also it says feel your grief, but know that things will get better. Feel it. So if you're feeling sad about the past, allow yourself to feel it all the way. And then let it go. Then give it to God. Right? That's when you'll see that Two of Cups that wants to love you now. How can you feel love today, now? Is by feeling the grief, talking about it, and then finding your balance. And then and you are strong, full of energy, and ready to take on the world. There's your card. All right, and it says here that you always have a choice. It says believe in your positive power. Positive mindset creates positive things in our life. That's what I got for you, Libra. Final message for your destiny. What's the message here for your destiny card for Libras? So we have enjoy the results of all of your hard work, and be on guard. Be on guard against deceit and I can't say that word. Concealment. Oh, concealment, deceit, and concealment. So you're abundant, okay? But be careful of deceit of someone trying to, get one over you. You know what I mean? Trying to take from you, right? Move away from that conflict or move to calmer waters, right? It says be careful of what you take with you when you move away from a problem, from your problems. And you are your space, own your space. So be confident and own your space. You're stable, you're respectable, and you're another, you can make things happen. You're a leader, born leader. So yeah, work on that insecurity of your heart, and don't let people in that are just try to dare to take. If they don't give back in some way, then you know that you are good. All right, Libras, that's what I got for you. All right, where's the Scorpios? The sunshine's still out there. I might be able to go out there after I'm done this reading. We've done not too bad in time. We're at 1 hour and 30 minutes, and we're already past the halfway mark now. All right, let's go to Scorpio. All right, how have you been working on your sacral chakra, and what is it that you need to do to work on your sacral chakra? So you've been isolating yourself. You've been, isolating yourself and finding joy. And you've also been releasing pain and gossip. And this is bringing in miracles for you. That's what I see. You may have, shut yourself off from people for a while. Or just took some time to, really think about what brings you joy in your life. What brings you happiness, what brings you joy, right? And you are releasing any pain, grief, and also you're releasing any gossip that is in your life about love or people talking shit. So we have miracles, and you're also learning that not everything you see is real. Deception. So miracles are there, and soulmate, you're calling in your soulmate. You're calling in your soulmate and you're also on a quest. And that's your destiny. Could be with a child on a quest here. But yeah, let's get into this with Scorpio. What have you been doing? What has this isolation done for you when it comes to your sacral chakra? What has this isolation done for you when it comes to this sacral chakra and learning to find joy? It has made you realize that you have options. It has made you really think about things and what you really want. So isolating yourself, really thinking about what you want, and this has led you to know that you have a lot of options out there when it comes to pleasure and joy. So tell me about joy. Yeah, you're creating your joy. You're manifesting it. Magician. It says everything that you imagine is coming is you're making it real. So anything you imagine is making it real. So careful what you imagine. Make sure it stays happy. You stay in your happy mindset, because you're very powerful right now. If you have the Magician upright, that's a lot of power. That's a lot of power. Yeah. And so don't sabotage yourself, right? Make sure you're balanced and fair, all right? Don't excitement to get you. All right, let's see. How can you stay joyful and manifest this joy? Be on guard against deceit and concealment. So if anybody's trying to hide something from you or trying to get away with something, be aware of that. So if you want to stay happy and joyful and you're trying to manifest that, be open for that. Make sure that you keep yourself, single from people that want to just come take from you, okay? Scorpio, they're trying to come steal. Those are called joy killers. Those are called joy killers, okay? So somebody, if you see you manifesting your joy and they come in and try to take it from you or mentally rob you of it, those are joy killers, okay? Don't be aware of those type of people. They exist, okay? Stay in your independent energy. and listen to your spirit, right? That's what I see. Listen to your ideas, the good ones. All right, see how are you releasing the pain and grief, and how are you releasing it? Look at that, Two of Cups and the Lovers. And we have the four movements. So it says, how can you celebrate love now? Open your heart and receive the love from others. So that's what you're doing right now to release the grief in your life. Is you're enjoying love now, and in all forms, right? And so, like, not just romantic love, but you enjoying love. That's how you're celebrating love now, as you're being open to love from others, right? So that's helping you, Scorpio, to release the grief and the sadness that you were feeling. Is just being open to people loving you, right? What is gossip talking about here? How are you getting over the gossip? Yeah, but you're a good idea. So people may be talking about you. You got your eye on the goal, and you're enjoying every moment of it. So people may be talking about you, right? But it doesn't matter, because you already are, walking in your powerful path here. It says that you have the dynamic energy of a leader. You're structured. You're exciting. What is going to bring the miracles in for Scorpio? Hello, Jet. Hello. How can you experience the miracles today? We have the Hierophant. It says, understand your higher beliefs, values, and personal boundaries. Understand them. So that's how you can make your miracles come in, is by understanding what you're okay with, what you're not okay with, right? And something has ended in your life. It has finished, and it's for better or for worse. It doesn't matter, but something is done in your life. So that could be the gossip in your life that's done in your life, and the grief, right? And so speak your mind and solve your problems. Speak your truth, Scorpio. And it says, be mindful of what you take with you when you move away from your problems. Don't take them with you. Be open to receiving the healing, love, and nurturing you need. All right, Scorpio, that's what I got for you. Yeah, I don't like the word hate. That's also a negative word. And then, we are very powerful beings by creating that. So yeah, we dislike. We don't hate. But yeah, we dislike the people that are in lower energy, that are carrying the envy, and those are joy killers, people that envy, right? Because they're not doing anything about their own joy, so they try to kill other people's joy. But yeah, I don't even like the word hate. But yeah, I don't like joy killers either. So let's go to Saggy Wadgies. Is that Saggy still in the chat here? Saggy in the chat. Yeah, after this challenge this week, I might think of things that they're a little bit differently, because doing a big chakra reading, because a chakra reading is not just nonsense. It is actually a reading I have to really use my brain, and doing one every day, I think that might be a little bit too much for me. And I think that is really draining me to really embody all the energy that I'm speaking about, and to really be able to speak about it. And so I think I'm testing myself right now as well. So I think it's a lot, because you have to be very detailed, even if it is a general reading. If you're doing a chakra reading, that's to help others. And it's not just to find out the truth, but it's actually to help others. And so you have to also make sure that you have enough energy to do that. And I think doing one of those every day is a little bit too much. I mean, if I came on here and just did a quick message every day, like a 2-minute message for everybody. That would be something that I could do, but not getting into details of it all. It's almost like a personal reading when I do these type of readings. It's almost like a personal reading because I do tap into people's energy that come into the chat. So people that need to hear it or that are drawn to my channel are actually people that need to hear these messages. So yeah, I'm still working on, finding out what is good for me and for everyone, right? So yeah. Let's go to Saggies. Oh, there's the Saggy. All right, let's see. Saggies, what have you been working on when it comes to trusting yourself and that you deserve love and passion? Something was fated. All right, we got victim. Okay. We got workaholic in reverse. And Saggies, we got a quest. And then we also have recovery here and growth. So we'll take those. So there's growth on the bottom of the deck here, and we have recovery as well. So what is faded here? So I'll show you the card. So this is something that's faded is very happily faded. Because it's like something is meant to be, and it's happy meant to be, okay? Because this here is a yellow card. That's about happiness, okay? If something was like, to me, always reminds me of like somebody left, okay? Whether it's a bigger person, a smaller person, this can be about grief, right? So, to me, this is always talks about, I always think about this as like, because the tree's dead, there's clouds, and there's two people walking in clouds, and they seem happy, right? So, if there's somebody that left your life and they passed on, Saggies, that was a fated event that happened, all right? And they are happy on the other side. They're not, don't worry yourself about that anymore. And then we have victim here, okay? And this is your heart. So there's a new quest here, an earthly quest for you, right? So I feel like instead of thinking about the how this hurt you, maybe that, instead of that, know that while you're still here, you still have a job to do here, right? So you workaholic artist, something like that. Something creative, right? And also you have a quest to go on. You have somebody here on this earth to show the way. You have somebody here that wants to show you the way, or you're the one that needs to show somebody the way. Like, you're still here for a reason. Like, if you thought this was the only reason you were here and that's gone, and you're heartbroken and you feel tricked about it, you feel like a victim about it, then know that there's still here. This is clarity for that you still have a quest in your life here. And this could have something to do with creativity. And this is going to help you recover. You're going to have the key to recovery, and there's going to be growth, and there's going to be a lot of wisdom that you're going to gain from it, okay? And if you're feeling guilty, let go of the guilt. Give it to God, God's the one that can carry all that stuff. He's more powerful than any of us. All right, let's see. What is this fated event in victimhood that is something that you need to trust that it was meant to be? So this was something, So it says that you have earned every one of your success. So if you're feeling guilty right now for enjoying yourself or enjoying the success that you worked for, because you keep feeling guilty and, you're feeling, guilt or whatever this is about this, is let go of that, because you have worked hard. And if you're a successful person, enjoy that success. That is yours to enjoy. You worked hard for it, Saggies, okay? So, whatever didn't kill you made you stronger, right? You're still here for a reason. Maybe there's something that happened that could have ended your life, and it didn't. Don't feel guilty about that. You're here for a reason. All right? And the reason is everything that you have planned has worked out in your life. And your love life is good. All right? So, you still here to love, okay? So you still deserve love. What is this workaholic here about? What is this talking about when it comes to Saggies? What is this talking about? You may have not, this is talking about like, you may have not put on a lot of emotions into your work, a lot of love or emotions into your work, because it did fall in reverse. Or maybe you haven't had a lot of joy in your life, and you haven't had a lot of passion in your life, and it's not made you not even really want to be creative, right? Because that did come out in reverse. Workaholic, which is the creative card here, very creative card. Artist, you may have not been very emotionally motivated, right? So it instead turn this around, and it's we'll read the other side too. So it says that you have had, it says madness and disappointments, overachieving, imagination, and jealousy. So overachievement and so you've achieved a lot. So, and then if it, like, take it how it resonates, express your creativity with compassion and loving emotions. Because so maybe you don't know really how to talk to someone about like how you created your success. Maybe you have a hard time expressing how you got it to others, right? What is this quest that you need to go on to recover? So don't miss the shot, okay? So this upward, it fell in reverse. So I said, what is the quest that you need? So accept the offer when it comes from the divine, right? Don't ignore it, is basically what it's saying. It says sudden awareness, choosing, helping, accepting, retreat, withdrawal, and checking in for realignment. So if you have not been loving, or if you have not been seeing that somebody really loves you, or really is being, really wants to, take you on it, show you the way, or want you to show them the way. If you haven't seen that somebody wants that, I feel like you suddenly realize that that's what it is. And it says be careful that in upright, it says be careful that you don't focus on, your focus doesn't close you off to ideas. So maybe you've been really shut off to being, guided, or to guide someone to recovery here. How can you have growth in this and go on this quest and recover, Saggies? By not giving up. Resilience. You have it may be a challenge, but you can do it. It says that you can do it. It says there may be a challenge, but you can do it. Bottom of the deck is everything will work out. Three of Pentacles. It says reach out for help when you need help. Okay? That's what it says, Scorpio. All right? And own your own space too. Don't let nobody else own your space. It's yours. All right? And if you're the boss, then you stay the boss. Don't let nobody take over. All right? That's what I got for you, Scorpios. So believe in yourself. Believe there's a reason why you're here. And there's going to be growth, and you will heal. You will heal. All right, so now we're going to go to... Oh, I just said Scorpio. I meant Saggies. You may be dealing with Scorpio. But yeah, I already did Scorpio. That was Saggies. So final message for Saggies, because I called you Scorpios. Let's see. Final message for Saggies. How can you receive this blessing in your life and healing, and also grow from it. Final message for Saggies. And look at that at the bottom of the deck again. That was your message. All right. The angels know who I'm speaking about, even if I say the sign wrong. So your enthusiasm says you've got what it takes. You got what it takes. You got your eye on the goal, and you're enjoying every moment of it. And it says reach out for help when you need it. Okay. That's what I got for you, Saggies. All right, let's go to Capricorns. All right, let's see. Capricorns, how can you enjoy more pleasure in your life? By being okay, by being rejected, all right? Be okay with that. Just because you don't fit in doesn't mean you're not, that means that you're not your people, okay? Just not your people. That's all. You don't feel like you don't belong. Why are you trying to put a square into a circle, right? Like, tell me more about Capricorns and how can they really go after their pleasure and creativity. Bittersweet, and then we have immortality. You're not immortal, okay? You're not immortal. We all have a certain time on this earth. Enjoy it, okay? So, things may not always be exactly how you want them to be, but if you're feeling rejected, then that's God's protection, Like, take it how it resonates. If you're feeling rejected about people or situation, that is bittersweet. That is bittersweet, okay? But still, you're not immortal, all right? We all gonna go one day. So you can't carry all the weight by yourself. And it doesn't matter how many bubbles you put around you, okay? You cannot be the only one carrying something here. So you deserve joy. Listen to your instincts. And have more patience. Patience to heal your insecure heart. All right? And sometimes being of service to elders helps you to heal your heart. Because you know what? Older people have a lot of wisdom. They do. And they can make sense of things that we can't even make sense of. We talk to them sometimes. Find yourself a really good older friend. That's what everybody should do, is someone they really vibe with. And you could be good for the older person, and the older person could be good for you. You know what I mean? Let's see, rejection. What are you feeling rejected when it comes to sexual pleasure and creativity? What are you feeling rejected by? Why are you feeling rejected? The Hangman and the Fool card. So it's the Hangman says, look at the world from a different perspective. Look at things from a different perspective than you are. See things from a different perspective. You may see it differently. You might be just judging on yourself very much, and you may feel like others are judging you, but they're not. It says spread your wings and fly. Have faith. Have faith that you deserve it. We see things from a different perspective. It says yes, we tell ourselves every day that we don't deserve something, then we're going to eventually believe that. So if you tell yourself every day that you deserve something and you want something, then you're going to get it, right? So have faith in that. Because the words are powerful, and they don't say that for no reason. That is a proven fact that words are very powerful. Words can destroy or words can create. Let's see. What is bittersweet here for Capricorns when it comes to their pleasure and joy in their life and their creativity? Find a balance, and that will be bittersweet. This is your card here, a balance, Capricorn card. Find a balance in your life to build success. So like routine is balancing your life. What is important, do the things that are important to your life. It always starts with working on ourselves, because if we carry energy around that's not good for us, then we're always going to be balancing, always going to feel like we're alone, always feel like we have to do it all by ourselves. All right, so ask for help when you need it. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles here. It says, You focus on your home and your family and success and abundance. Nurturing and practical, providing financially, or working parent. So you could be a working parent. So you know that something is not going to bring you success if you don't feel it is for you. So walk away from whatever doesn't feel is for you and walk towards where it is, where you feel the love, right? And you will feel it. Let's see. What is the immortality? We got the Page of Cups, and then we got the King of Swords, or the Queen of Swords that one fell out. But the Page of Cups talks about don't let your emotions get in the way of anything you want to do. Your emotions, harmony, don't let them get in the way. Just because you think you have to do it alone, don't. Your emotions are telling you that, but you don't have to do it alone. Okay? How can you find joy in your life and pleasure? How can you have more pleasure in your life? By not taking the past with you when you go forward. Yeah. Be mindful of what you take with you when you move away from conflict. The Five of Swords comes before the Six of Swords. Five of Swords is fighting. So if there's been a fighting, whatever, with people, don't take that mindset with you, because then where you're going will lead you that too. So be mindful of what you take with you, and be ready for any opportunity and that you have worked for. So if you want something, you can call it in. The joy in your life. Um, Use your intuition and your moral compass. What are you okay with? What do you want in your life? And we don't, life is short, so we don't need to accept everything, especially if we don't want it, right? Final message for Capricorn. Yep, it says everything has turned out well. Enjoy your success. So everything has worked out well. Enjoy your success. There will be balance. Listen to your moral compass and know what you're not okay with and know what you're okay with, and it's going to lead you to your happiness. All right? So that you can open your heart and you're never left out. That's only in your head. All right? And also reach out to someone, you know, someone you have good memories about. Could be anybody. Could be your son, a child even. All right. That's what I got. Joy comes in many ways. Now we're going to go to Aquarius in a few minutes. I just need to stretch for a minute. The sun is right in my eyes right now. Oh, this isn't the most... I want to get a comfortable chair. Like a beanie. Like a bean. Excuse me. Oh. You're welcome. Oh, that sun is in my eyes. Let me turn that off for a second. The sun. Let me close the curtain. Hold on. Oh my, making me sneeze. My knee is really bad, so I gotta stand up for a minute too, so I can. And then we got Aquarius and Pisces to do. Okay. Oh. Oh, I feel stiff. My legs feel so stiff. Okay. 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 Oh my goodness. It didn't even close it. Oh. Ugh. Hold on. Now it is. Now it's closed up. What am I going to eat today? I don't even know. I think I want to make tacos. I don't know. Maybe hamburgers. I don't know. What am I gonna make today? I didn't cook yesterday. Sage is coming back, but hopefully she's not getting another treat. So don't even think you're coming back here to talk to me to get another treat, Sage. You already had your treat. You already had your treats. Alright, guys. Let's go to Aquarius. So, yeah, the next one's going to be solar plex chakra. So, we'll see how I feel tomorrow, okay? Let's see. Maybe I'll feel later today. I might even do it later today. I don't know. So, please make sure you got your notifications on so you can come in and tap in on all the chakras. And if if you've been following me for a while, I will be tapping into your energy even if you come later. So, but if you're new here, you may want to be in chat for me to tap into your energy. Alright, let's go to Aquarius right now. Aquarius, what do you need to do, or what have you been doing to trust your intuition, to trust your passion, what you're passionate about, what your desires are? We have isolation, so you've been really taking like a step back. And then we have completion, so you may have also gone through some losses and you may have isolated yourself for a while to do some healing. Tell me more. Okay, so abundance is right here with victory. It fell right on the card of victory. Abundance is coming to you, and I feel like you've been going through grief. It shows me here that you've been going through grief, and this grief has made you maybe made you impatient, or made you feel like things are never going to happen for you. But grief does stop our love life sometimes. Even our passion, our desires, it kind of makes it all go a little bittersweet, right? Towards the end of the day. Miracles will come, but it may be bittersweet, right? So, but you're living in abundance in the current moment. That's how I see it whenever you're watching this reading. You already are living in an abundance right now. But you have gone through grief, and I feel like you have maybe gone through grief a couple different occasions here. Even after your abundance, before your abundance, you may have gone through grief here. So let's see, what is isolation talking about? Like, what have you been working on behind the scenes here on yourself to have more passion in your life, to be more creative in your life? So, trying one more time. Innocence. Oh, indecisive. No, not innocent. Indecisiveness and enemies, drifting, avoiding, fear, change, fear of loss. So you have been, while you isolated yourself, you have been kind of contemplating on the fears and stuff and things that that made you very sad, and because the Eight of Cups came in reverse, that's like giving it one more try, trying one more time, and feeling like everything, like, feeling indecisive, not being able to make a decision. So that's what grief does to us, and you may have been doing this while you isolated yourself, while you're going through the endings that you went through. But there is your card right here of healing. So that's what it's showing me, that you have been doing some healing as well. All your dreams are coming true. Be ready for any opportunity that you have worked for. So that is something that you need to be aware of. Speak your mind and solve your own problems. So you've learned a lot by this isolating yourself and giving chances after chances in a situation maybe, and you're leaving something behind. Maybe you don't want to, but you may have to go after this. So let's see. What is this completion? What is the completion here that you wanted to try one more time? Choice. So you know you had two choices and you wanted to give it one more try. Um, Believe in your personal power. So you are a very powerful person. So this completion here, something was, something you didn't want to give up on, but you had to because it ended. Something ended here. So that's investment. So you may have invested in somebody. Looking back on what you have achieved gives you the learning to set your goals. So whatever you've learned from the past is now helps you to set your compass, your moral compass, and go after what you really want because of everything that you learned from the past that ended. Something that ended. So where is this abundance now? Are you living the abundance now? Are you living the abundance now? Yeah, you are. We have. Yeah, You didn't take with you what you moved away from, and you left it behind. So it says be careful what you take with you. And you have solved your own problems as well. You have had clarity and solved your own problems. You found balance, and um, your intuition has led you to. Your intuition has set you on your moral compass. Yeah, so now this is where your abundance is coming from. Your moral compass has set you on the right path. So, what is this grief that made you impatient? You had your eye on a goal and you enjoyed every moment of it. So, even though you may have been impatient with someone or something, you had a goal and you achieved your goal, but there may be some grief here, but like it's bittersweet. It's one of those things that's bittersweet. And then you have the magician at the bottom of the deck. So you may have been patient. It says impatience and grief. And so the grief that you've gone through may have made you impatient about something that you really wanted. But now that it has ended and you have healed, now you can manifest anything that you imagine you can make real. So now you know this. So that's bittersweet. You have learned a lot. Let's see. Tell me more about Aquarius. Yeah, so all these shocks led you to success, right? So like always expecting the unexpected has led you to successful life. So you being on guard and knowing that nothing's perfect and nothing always goes smooth. So expecting the unexpected has led you. Uh, you have earned every one of your success. Okay, so you can now sit in your success and enjoy it and be authentic and be yourself. Be nurturing to yourself, and you care about family. You focus on your home. You focus on your family and success and abundance. That is your focus, is success, family, and abundance. And there may be a challenge, but you got this because you always expect the unexpected. And don't hold back, don't hold on too tight. And you have realized also that worrying about something doesn't make it better. It's just, worrying about it and having sleepless nights is not going to make the problem disappear. So all it's going to do is drain you. That it was also what you have learned. All right, focusing on a problem instead of the solution doesn't fix anything. All right, last but not least, I might be able to go outside and enjoy the sun for a few minutes before the sun goes down after Pisces. So let's do Pisces. Last but not least. All right, so what have you been doing to work on your sacral chakra and to enjoy your life more and be more passionate, enjoy more passion in your life? What have you been doing to enjoy more passion in your life? Okay, so this fell kind of a sideways, so to me that's like bittersweet. You may have something that you know was destined and you nothing that you could have done, and you may have been renewing yourself after that. So something may have, somebody may have gone to the other side, but they're happy there. So you're realizing they're happy there, and I feel like this has really helped you to renew yourself and to learn to really like enjoy your life and pleasure in your life again, accepting the things that you cannot change, that you had no uh you couldn't change them, right? And you may have been confused about that, but you're always being hugged and loved by the side, right? So when you're feeling confused or alone, you're never alone. Your loved ones are hugging you. All right, that's what I got here. And then we have service. We have service. So there's always someone that is loving on you, Pisces. Let's see, what is it that is faded in your life? Something that left your life. Something that was um, when you make your decision, you take action with confidence. So like you're now whatever this fate it was, and there's nothing you can do about it. You have to accept the things that you have like learned to renew yourself and recharge your battery, make new growth here and grow new stuff here. So whatever you have accepted with love, even when you were confused and you've been of service and you prayed, you've prayed and calling in your soulmate as well as what I see here. So Pisces, this is your card, leaving things behind that, has led you now to taking action on what you actually want. So if something in the past that has ended did not really fulfill your emotionally, that it may have given you 8 of cups, not 9 of cups, not 10 of cups, right? You accepted that, right? So, and also there may have been, so this is the devil card. So this is also talking about that, like something that was faded here is that you're only limited by what you believe, right? So like just because someone left your life or whatever doesn't mean that you need to limit yourself. Okay? And it just means that you have a lot of options now. You have more options. Sometimes it's not easy to choose when we have too many options. Hit the like button, guys. There's only 6 likes. I've done 12 readings. How does that make sense? All right. Let's see. What is this renewal? Always expecting the unexpected. So you already know that renewal, we always have to renew ourselves. Um, Stepping back from everything to gain perspective as well. So everything that you have learned about that happened and that has helped you to renew has made you realize that always expect the unexpected, the tower, and that is the only time change comes in sometimes when the tower happens, right? So also there's a lot of information that you've accumulated, everything that has come to fruition in your life. You have experienced the wisdom in every stage. So you may be someone that's a little bit older that has experienced the wisdom in every stage. And you're stepping back and just looking at things from afar. Let's see. What have you been accepting here? What is this confusion that you may have been you're accepting and you get clarity? What is the thing that you have accepted that you cannot change? You're accepting that you are powerful. You are, you can be your own boss. Your your natural confidence is the talent that you can call up on any time. Vibrant. So you've accepted that, you can renew yourself at any time. It doesn't matter what happens, you can always come back to yourself. Come back to yourself. That is what you have accepted. That you are your best friend. You can be your best friend. You can be your own best friend. And if you need help, you've accepted that too. Is reach out for help when you need it. And you may have a higher knowing. You may know who would help you, who wouldn't help you, right? It says trust your own trust your own counseling first before someone else's. All right? But always, if you need help, it doesn't mean that you don't trust yourself. It just means that somebody else may know some information that could help you. Right? So it says reach out for help when you need it. So accept that. Accept that we can't do everything on our own. But always use your own advice over someone else's. We all have our own mind. We all know what's okay with us, what's not. So don't listen to someone else just because they say something. Make it go past your own brain. You know what I mean? Make your own decision on things. So what is it that you're feeling confused about? And it's okay to ask for help when you're feeling confused about something. What is it that you're confused about? Accumulation. So this is family. So everything has come to fruition in your life. You have experienced every stage of wisdom. So, experiencing so much may be a mental overload for some people, right? So that may be confused, but even every stage that you went through in your life and that you learned something from, there was always someone here loving you, okay? And everything you have worked for is coming together. That's the World card. That's a new start. Also, we in the bottom of the deck, we have be open to receiving the healing, love, and nurturing from others that you need. All right? So what is the service talking about? What's service talking about? So we have the Knight of Swords in reverse, which is a good thing. And then we have the Ace of Cups upright. The Knight of Cups in reverse talks about releasing unfocused burdens out of so things that are out of impulse, release them, reject them. If you're feeling like you don't have a direction to go on, if you don't know what to do, this is about service. Like if you don't know what direction to go on, then don't rush into anything, right? Don't rush into anything. Just be love. All right? So be open with your heart and receiving the emotions around you. And at the bottom of the deck we have the Nine of Cups. Everything has turned out well. Enjoy your success. Find your inspiration and take action. You have a knowing. And it says that you've gone through every stage of your life. Whoever I'm talking about, the Pisces I'm talking about, you've gone through a lot of different stages in your life. And you can share these stages of your life with others that have not gone through those stages of their life. And that is what gives you power. And be ready for every opportunity that you have worked for. So if you've worked for it and you've been around that, then be prepared for it come back into your life. That's what I got for everyone. We did it. 2 hours and 19 minutes. We have the bottom of the deck. The Queen has spoken. The Queen of Swords has spoken, okay? So this is my message to all of you guys, is your clear communication allows you to express what's best for everyone. That's my advice to you. All right. God bless everyone. Thank you so much for being here. And I will see you on the yellow chakra, okay? The solar plex. That's what I was doing today already. I was outside and enjoying the sunshine. So I'm going to go and enjoy it for the last little bit that's out there right now. The sun is out for a few more minutes, for a little bit longer yet. So I'm going to go out there and then watch it go down. All right. Talk to you all later. See you later. Bye. I'm on. Shut up.